Okay, how's it going, y'all? So I want to talk about this party here that I found. Actually, I found this story very disturbing here. And now, I guess, as a result, the government wants to look at government, intervention and also keeping guns out of minors, which that should already happen anyway. Okay, but what can you do when you come out with the laws and guns are not allowed for people with 18-year old people under 18-year-olds, and this happens anyway? What do you do? Okay, but somebody else of age has to be liable. Now let's get right into it. This happened actually Monday morning, just right after midnight. Okay, it was in really like that night of Easter in North Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Actually 12:30 in the morning. Okay, there were 200 underage people in an Airbnb. Okay, there was two kids shot and dead. All right, the 11 were injured. So there's 13 casualties involved in this incident here. Okay, one man had jumped out of the window. All right, these 17-year-olds, Matthew Steffi Ross, was an aspiring rapper, and another 17-year-old, Jaden Brown. Both of them was about to graduate. Okay, now the ages were between 14 and 17 years old at this party. Okay, witnesses said that there was an altercation ensued. Okay, then about 100 shots were fired. All right, with different rounds, including shotgun shells. Okay, this was an Airbnb that these kids rented, and the host had no idea that there was going to have a party there. Now, parties in the Airbnb are off limits. Okay, the most bizarre thing I found about this incidents were no suspects are found, but okay, nobody knows who booked this party. Okay, so there's no accountability in both incidents here. And I just think there's something fishy about this. Okay, when the police were arriving, there were still gunshots fired, including a car that was trying to drive off. All right, that had bullet holes in it. This was a really, really bad incident. As a result, the Allegheny County School District are doing what they call a limited school lockdown. You know, these things happen right around these holidays. All right, these mass shootings and stuff like that. Kids come up missing, all right, because of sacrifices and so forth. Don't be surprised around Mother's Day, there's going to be more. There's going to be more blood, all right, right around these holidays. And these kids are like this close to graduating or whatever, okay, and stuff like this happens. It happens every year, all right. But I would say this to young people and you parents that have young children that maybe try to sneak out of the house and stuff. Okay, couple of things. That anything that is not organized, like this party, which is all over Facebook, said the $5 could get you in. All right, that's not a good idea to go to that party. Okay, I'm really funny about house parties myself. I get invited to come to some all the time, but anywhere where, and I'm pretty sure, okay, that there was probably liquor there, weed, okay, meth there, but anywhere I'm just thinking where there's a lot of alcohol, there's weed, all right, probably like, you know, drugs there, all right, you don't really want to be there. The last one I went probably was like a year ago. There was probably about 10 people there. I came there, kept my mouth shut, got me a plate or whatever, maybe one beer, and I left, you know. So when you're around these social gatherings with people you don't know, I would just probably suggest you just don't come there drunk or don't get drunk. Talk when it's your time to talk, okay? Or probably don't say anything until, you know, like if you want something to eat, maybe just get invited to have a plate or whatever. You know, I'm just really conservative. I don't go to a lot of that stuff anymore. And you really have to watch yourself between Father's Day and July the 4th, because those are the deadliest times where I have a lot of these cookouts where people drinking, talking smack, shooting, you know what I'm saying, and it, after maybe an altercation, comes out over nothing, okay? But for this many shots or whatever to be fired, including that car that was shot up, somebody was after somebody, okay? I'm not going to be surprised if it's gang related, and I don't want to assume, or I don't want to speculate here, but these are things that happen at a lot of these particularly underage house parties. Why? Peer pressure, particularly, like I say, with all the temptations like the alcohol and drugs. Okay. Some women, sometimes these ladies be lining other guys up. Okay, especially if they don't want to deal with the guy anymore. Okay. That happened twice at Airbnb parties here in Las Vegas, and these Airbnb parties were something that became more popular when COVID closed down. All right, so you need to be very, very careful. All right, young people, stay out of these parties, stay in school, stay focused, particularly in college. All right, with all the different, the rapes and stuff that happen at these colleges and so forth, you don't need to go to them. Be sure that it's something organized. All right, you got to keep a swivel in your head at all times, even those organized places and so forth, old and young people. All right, I'm heartfelt for the families that's been affected, particularly the ones that were killed, being that they were so close to graduating. I wouldn't be surprised when those kids that had died, they wouldn't go to the hospital and they take their organs right out. Okay. Well, let me know what you think about the video. I'm gonna chill out here. It's a late video tonight. Work out a little bit, get something to eat. Peace and blessings, and be safe out there.